I think there is a general tendency for companies to focus on their largest customers, right? And by virtue of the fact that they're their largest customers, you would hope they would be profitable. But there's the long part of the tail sometimes where you have a series of customers that either they aren't buying enough or they're too costly to serve, that it's kind of counterproductive to even have them on as a customer, right? And I think that's something companies sometimes have to make a tough decision on. Is nobody ever wants to walk away from revenue, but the way I look at it is unless they're contributing a decent amount of revenue that's going to absorb overhead, there's not necessarily a good reason to keep them on if they are losing money and draining resources away from the rest of the business where you can grow and you can make more profit. When you have this type of information, you are armed with data that you can go back to. In this case, a lot of times it's going to be your commercial team, your sales team, and you can have a difficult conversation with them where you are challenging the viability of certain customers in terms of what are they contributing to our business. And again, there's a lot of back and forth typically between finance and sales. Sales will say, okay, well, we don't want to walk away from this customer. It's a long-standing customer. They contribute to the absorption of our overhead, and having less revenue is not going to solve the problem. But oftentimes you can rededicate the resources that you have on an unprofitable customer and move it to a more profitable customer, which will get you a greater return. Case in point, if you have a lot of times there will be certain deals that are struck with certain customers, and they were struck at a time when said customer was larger, more profitable, and doing bigger and better things for you. Those things tend to anniversary, grandfather themselves in, and they're hard to get rid of. So what someone in my shoes in FP&A needs to have is reliable data that you can take, compare customer A to customer B, and even show it the relationship over time to see how the profitability has eroded. And then I think when you present it in that format, your commercial team is much more willing to understand the issue at hand and try to negotiate either more favorable terms for your company, or in some cases you exit those customers and, as I said, shift resources elsewhere.